Next up here on the Fantasy Flex is our Elite Entry segment, where I am going to dive into the PrizePicks app to build some entries. I'm going to identify some markets I like, you build your own PrizePicks entries, and all of us have a little fun and make some money. So today I'm going to look at 4 Week 9 quarterback plays on PrizePicks. The first play that I like, I know you're going to cringe, is Mike White over 245 and a half passing yards on the road in Indy. I get it. This probably seems like a massive overreaction to the Jets, somehow pulling off an upset against the Bengals. But White actually looked quite good. He completed 37 of 45 passes for 405 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in his first NFL start. That is nothing to sneeze at, given how Zach Wilson has looked. I mean, it's the same exact team, but Wilson hasn't put up nearly that production. He had 9 more fantasy points than Wilson has had all year. It's definitely his job until Zach Wilson gets back. I don't think we'll see any Joe Flacco sprinkled in there. And he gets a plush Week 9 matchup against the Colts secondary, which has been very exploitable this season. The next play that I like is Mac Jones under 235 and a half passing yards on the road in Carolina. I am going to just keep it rolling with the Mac Jones unders. He went well under the 255 mark last week, and I think he's going to go under 235 against Carolina. The Panthers have been super solid against the pass, and they finally have Stephon Gilmore going. So this team is allowing the second most passing yards all year at 189, second only to the Bills. Jones would have gone under this number in 3 of the last 4 games. The only game that he would have hit the over on 235 would be the one against the Jets, where they blew up for 54 points, which I think is unlikely against Carolina. So I am going under there. Another one I like is Jalen Hurts under 215 and a half passing yards at home versus the Chargers. This is a tiny number, I know. And the Eagles are coming off of a huge blowout win over the lowly Lions, but almost none of that had to do with Jalen Hurts' performance. In fact, we actually saw Gardner Minshew in this game for the first time, which should concern fantasy managers. Hurts passed for just 103 yards in the effort on 14 attempts and has gone under 200 yards in 4 games this year, 3 of the last 4, in fact. This week, the Eagles face the Chargers, who are allowing the 5th fewest passing yards per game at 203.1. So I think this easily goes under, in my opinion. The last one that I like is Matt Ryan under 265 and a half passing yards on the road versus the Saints. Just when it looked like it was starting, like the Falcons were getting things going, turning things around on the passing game, Ryan definitely came crashing back down to earth. He had just 146 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions against the struggling Panthers that were just lit up by the Giants. It also looks like, unfortunately, he's going to be without Calvin Ridley for the rest of the year, who's dealing with some personal issues, which I think is really going to hurt Matt Ryan in terms of just passing production. So I am going to go under 265 and a half. Also, the Falcons face the Saints this week, which they have been somewhat exploitable against the pass, but are keeping games super low scoring, averaging just 18.3 points per game. So just don't like Matt Ryan and the Falcons in this game. All right, that is our elite entry today, going with Mike White over 245 and a half passing yards on the road in Indy, Mac Jones under 235 and a half passing yards on the road in Carolina, Jalen Hurts under 215 and a half passing yards at home versus the Chargers, and Matt Ryan under 265 and a half passing yards on the road versus the Saints. As a reminder, you can mix and match fantasy points to make your lineups super spicy, mix them with player props, do whatever. Also, PrizePicks markets move, so you will want to be nimble to lock in the best numbers and make your picks as soon as possible. If you haven't created a PrizePicks account, please check out the link in our episode description because PrizePicks has a special offer for Fantasy Flex listeners. They will match your first deposit up to $100. Just click the link in our episode description or visit prizepicks.com and use promo code ACTION10.